Hello and welcome back to DickinsonDulcimer.com's free hammer dulcimer instruction videos. This is video number 10, and today we're going to cover three things. First, we'll learn to play an Irish run, which is a series of notes that you will often hear at the end of the A and B parts of Irish and fiddle tunes. There are many Irish runs, and today we will learn the most common one. You'll also recognize this run from many of the songs that you've heard at jams and in fiddle tunes and on Irish CDs. We will also learn what I call caps. A cap is a short series of notes at the end of a run. As you'll see in a minute, there are many different caps that will work at the end of the same run. Using different caps from time to time will make your songs more interesting and more fun to play. Now, once you learn this Irish run with the three caps that we'll cover today, you'll be able to use it you'll be able to use the runs and the caps on many of the songs that you will later learn to play on the hammer dulcimer, both from these videos and from other players. The third thing we'll cover today is a popular song called Mississippi Sawyer. I selected Mississippi Sawyer because you'll almost always hear it played at a jam session, and many hammer dulcimer players have recorded it. One of my favorites is Elisa Jones' version on her CD, Home Sweet Home. In learning this song, you will see how the Irish run fits at the end of the A and B parts, and you will learn to play three different caps at the end of the run. So let's get started. Now, before we learn the run, let's review the boxes on the dulcimer so you'll know where we are when we begin to learn this run and what key we're in. If you'll recall, and we're going to use, as I told you on a previous video, we're going to use a 15-14 dulcimer format, although we're not going to play down here in the key of A. We're going to play normally in the key of D or in the key of G. But let's review what the boxes are, what their names are. You'll recall that on the treble bridge, and this is the treble bridge, on the treble bridge, this box on the treble bridge, left and right side of the treble bridge of the bottom is the A box, and you'll recall that the box above it is the D box, and this box above that is the G box, and the box above that is the C box. And in the valley, which is the playing surface that is between the treble bridge and the bass bridge, this bottom box that's inside these four white markers, this box is the D box, and the box above it is the G box, and the box above that is the C box, and the box above that is the F box. If you'd like to have this chart where I've drawn these boxes, you may order one free of charge. Just download it free from DickinsonDulcimer.com. Now let's review one other thing that we talked about in a previous video so that you will be oriented when we begin to learn this run. We're going to be playing in the D box on the treble bridge here, and this is the first note in the D box, the bottom right corner, which is always the name of the key because it's on a bridge marker. So this is the key of D, and this is a D note. And in the D scale we have a D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, sharp, and D. And those are the 8 notes of the scale of a D scale. But you also will recall that we learned that if you play the D, E, F sharp, G, you don't have to go over here to play the A. You can play the note above the G, and it's an A. So these 5 notes, and then you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 notes are the first 5 notes of the D scale. Now this 5th note, of course, goes outside the box. It goes above the box, but don't forget that the 8 notes in the box are just for reference. We'll play many notes outside the box while still playing in the key of D. So we want to begin the run with an A note. And we have 2 choices. We can begin with the D, E, F sharp, G, A. We can begin with this note or this note. Now the run, the 5 notes that begin the run are these 5 notes. And I'm going to begin with right hammer on this A. Practice that. That's the first 5 notes of the run. I want you to play it this quickly. but don't try to begin playing that quickly. Begin by playing right, left, right, left, right. Now, when we actually begin to play the run in a song, we're not going to begin with this A note because it is so far away from this fifth note, A, B, C, D, E, the A to the E, that it makes it more difficult to play than if we can play it in a way where the notes are closer together. And the way to do that is we're going to begin with this A, not this A. So I want you to also practice playing the run by beginning with this A. Those are the first 5 notes of the run. We'll learn this run in 3 sections. The first 5 notes are, the next 4 notes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip this string and play up here. Practice that over and over until you're comfortable playing it pretty quickly. And those are the notes of the run, and then at the end of every run we put what we call a cap. There are many different caps that you can put on runs. I'm going to show you 3 or 4 on this video. After you learn the run, a simple cap is, all I'm doing is that from the end of the run, I'm moving here and here. And you can also double that note, this A note here, when you play the cap, and it sounds pretty nice. You can play. That's cap number 1. The second cap we're going to learn is one that lots of dulcimer players use. It sounds really good and it's very easy to play. And it's simply to play these 2 notes and these 2. So the run with the cap would sound like this. The third cap is going down the scale to get to the bottom of the box, and it sounds like this. So let's review. These are the caps we've learned. Alright, now that we've learned to play the Irish run and we've learned to put caps on the end of it, let's put it to use by learning a song that uses that Irish run and a couple of the caps that we've learned at the end of the A and the B part of the song. Let's learn Mississippi Sawyer, and I'm going to play it very slowly so that you can copy the notes if you like, copy these hammer strokes and learn to play this song, and then learn to put the Irish run with caps at the end of the A part and the B part. Let's review one thing we learned about boxes before we begin. Now we're going to be playing in the D box, which is here. You'll recall that the first 5 notes of the D scale are here. And you'll also recall that these first 5 notes, which we're playing in the box, and then 1 note above the box, these 5 notes are the same as that we began on the bottom right corner of the box, are the same if we begin at the top left corner of the box. So we have all of these notes to use when we're playing a song in the key of D. We can use all of those notes, but never forgetting that we're playing in the key of D and our reference point is the D box. We just get above it sometimes and we get below it sometimes, but we're still playing in the key of D. Now we're going to begin with the scale that begins at the top left corner of the box. And we're going to begin with the 3rd, 4th, and 5th notes. They're the same as the 3rd, 4th, and 5th notes here. 1, 2, 3. But we're going to begin with them up here. This is Mississippi Sawyer, and I'm going to play it very slowly. And that brings us to almost to the end of the A part of the song. This is where the cap comes in. When we get to that last note, we do the Irish run with the cap. Or you'll see that you notice that one time I began with the A here, one time I began with it here. It's your choice. Let me review that with you one time. We begin with the 3rd note of the D scale right here. I used right, left hammer strokes. The entire time I played that, I played right, left, right, left, right, left. And then we play the Irish run. There's another cap, a different cap. Let me play it for you one time a little faster so you can see how it'll sound.